people don't leave jobs, they leave bosses and opportunities. People outgrow the opportunity, they see a bigger opportunity elsewhere, or they just don't like the boss and the leadership. You can use that to your advantage in some ways, because standards and discipline will move the poor performers out of your business by choice, not by force. If you want to keep some of the best talent that you've got on your team, you're going to need to set and identify where the business is going and a vision that is big enough to fit everybody else's visions inside of it. Good leaders are good problem solvers, and good problem solving is a skill that everybody can develop. We just need to train people on it. And the best way to train people on it is Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Owen here from Professional Builder, back with part 4 of our 4-part series on going from builder to business owner. So far, so good. If you're tuning in just for this 4th installment, then enjoy the ride. It's been great. If you want to go back to step 1, then do so. There's 3 other videos here. If you're listening on the podcast, if you are on the YouTubes, you'll have a far better experience because I'm going to be sharing some screen. I'm going to be walking through some stuff. If you've enjoyed it so far, please give us some feedback. Leave us a comment, follow us, give us a like, and let us know what's been most impactful or what's been most useful and helpful that you're going to swipe, deploy, and put into your business. And if you're wanting some help putting it in place, then just so that you know, we specialize and we do this every single day of the week. We've got a team of 25 that help members implement these systems into their business, and you can get yourself a free game plan. What we'll do in that game plan is cover 3 key things. Number 1, we'll work out where you're at and where you want to get to over the next 6 to 18 months. Then what we'll do is, second thing, we'll identify a step-by-step roadmap with the right systems to help you get from where you are to where you want to go, so you know what to work on and in what order. The third thing we'll do in that free game plan is we'll take your numbers and plug them into our dashboard. We'll identify your financials, your profit and loss, your profitability, your cash flow, and your margins, work out if there's any quick wins to be had or if there's any more strategic changes that we need to adopt to make sure that you are the most profitable and the most resilient that you can be for the stage and size of business that you are currently running. We see thousands, literally thousands of these P&Ls every single year, so we know exactly what goes on in a residential building company. But enough of that. To redeem it, you can go to the show notes. Right now, it's step 4. So it's all about how you show up as a building company owner who's gone from builder to business owner. So I'm going to start with a famous adage, a famous quote, and it's the role of the CEO. The role of the CEO is the 4 Ds: dollars, decibels, discipline, and direction. You need to show up and make sure that there are dollars in the bank account so we can fund everything, that there is discipline throughout the company, and there are standards being set. There is direction, and we know what direction we're going in, and then you repeat the vision with decibels, loud, clear, and often. So, as many people know, and we speak about this a lot in our leadership training and a lot in our recruiting and hiring trainings, that people don't leave jobs, they leave bosses and opportunities. People outgrow the opportunity, they see a bigger opportunity elsewhere, or they just don't like the boss and the leadership, right? So people either leave bosses or they leave opportunities. You can use that to your advantage in some ways, because standards and discipline will move the poor performers out of your business by choice, not by force. All you're doing is holding high standards. So let's full circle this. There are a couple of key things that you want to have in place if you're going from builder to business owner, and you're getting into the office, you're wondering, what should I be spending my time on and how can I be most efficient? I'm no longer getting paid an hourly rate for my time on the tools. I have to make sure my time is effective and efficient here in the office. So what should you be doing? Well, in video 1, we went through the most important number in your business, which was your margin. We went through the levers of business, and we went through the 8 core levers that you need to pull and push to improve your profitability and your margin. These were the foundational 8 tasks that should be on your job description. Then in video 2, we went through your professional builder's rate and your stop doing list. How to identify all the tasks you should delegate and elevate out of, and how to identify those based on your hourly rate as a business owner, your professional builder's rate. Then in the video 3, we went through the A to Z of operations, the who and the how, identifying really clearly who needs to be doing what task and how they're going to get them done. Well, this one's all about the same page plan, your values, particularly a big recommendation of a value that we like to have many of our members operate with, which is PSR. and then how to repeat the vision. So let's start with a recap on the vision piece. People don't leave jobs, they leave opportunities and bosses. It's your job to set a vision that is large enough that it can fit everybody else's inside of it. So if you want to keep some of the best talent that you've got on your team, you're going to need to set and identify where the business is going and a vision for that company that is big enough to fit everybody else's visions inside of it. And if people have big visions and they want to go off and do other things, and that's fine, okay? But we want to make sure that if you want to retain some of your best team, then you're going to have to identify what your vision looks like that can help them achieve theirs. All right, next part is the same page plan. So one of the best ways to communicate your vision once you've set it is to identify and build out a same page plan. Now, it does what it says on the tin. It's a template that our members use, and it basically goes from point A to point B. We were here, we are now here, and we're going there. Here's what I need from you. Here's what we'll be able to achieve together. Here's what I'm going to do. And here's the requirements of everybody. Kind of outlines and sets the vision. It outlines and sets the celebration of where we've come from. It outlines and sets the things that we're going to need to stop doing, and also the things that we're going to need to start doing. It's called the same page plan because it gets everybody onto the same page and pulling in the same direction. One of the biggest challenges that you have as you grow and as you scale your building company is making sure that everybody is aligned in the same direction and pulling in the same intensity at the common goal. Otherwise, some people won't be using the project management software. Some people won't believe in variations and change orders. Some people will think it's fine to, go off and smoko for a couple of hours. Some people have different standards at different sites, and it will be an absolute nightmare. There'll be no uniformity of culture, standards, and discipline across the company. And it's really easy to bake that in. Well, I shouldn't say easy, but it's a lot simpler to bake that in when you've set a clear vision of where we're going, and a same page plan is a great way to do this. Typically, our members will do it by getting it done as a slideshow, and then having it printed out and given to everybody, and then going through the slideshow on like a Friday afternoon, letting people take it away over the weekends, reflect on it, and then come back, and then on Monday at the toolbox meeting, ask questions, go deeper into it, and make sure that everybody's questions, queries, and concerns are heard, and then to update it for the following Friday to then represent it and make sure that it is aligned and everybody is bought in. So you present it twice, Friday, take it away, get feedback Monday, Tuesday, then take it away, update it, and then present it a final time on the second Friday. It's called the same page plan. If you're wanting to have there'll be a couple of examples on screen, flicking through some of our members' same page plans. The next part is your values. So in this same page plan, you will present your values and the requirement of why these values are important to get us towards that goal that we're going for. Now, you should set your own values. You should make sure that your values reflect genuinely who you are as a leader, who you are as a business owner, and what you want your company and your team and your culture to represent. Shouldn't really have many more than 4. It's very hard to hold the standard to a very high standard on more than 4 values. And you can set any that you want. However, big recommendation is that one of those values should be something along the lines of PSR, which stands for Problem Solutions Recommendation, 131. We want people, and we want to empower people to identify problems, but then to identify potential solutions and then identify their recommendations. So the reason it's called 131 or PSR is we want to identify one problem at a time, 3 potential solutions, and their one recommendation. So 3 to show that they've actually thought about what we could do to solve this problem, and then their one recommendation. So that you as a leader can either let them fail or go, yes, you've solved, I agree with your recommendation. Or 3, course correct them back onto a better recommendation. Okay. So now the reason that this one's really important is because ultimately we believe here at the Profession Builder that good businesses have good leaders are good problem solvers, and good problem solving is a skill that everybody can develop. We just need to train people on it. And the best way to train people on it is through a PSR value or mentality across the company. Don't ever go to anybody with just a problem. Go to people with a problem, a range of solutions, and your recommendation. So let's recap so far. Your job as a business owner and as the leader, once you've transitioned from being on the tools and being a builder to business owner, is looking at it through one lens, operating through the 4 Ds, making sure there's dollars in the bank account, there's discipline across the company, there's direction in where we're going, and there's decibels, repeating of the vision and the values. So the way that our members show up and do this is, number one, with a same page plan. That helps us to repeat the vision, get really clear on it, get feedback from the team to identify and celebrate where we've been and where we are today, and then where we're going over the next 12 to 18, 24 months, and what we need to do to get there, the values that we need to uphold, represent, and the changes that we need to make collectively as a unit. So if this has been helpful, then let us know. Let us know in the chat and in the comments below. If you'd like to see a couple of examples that you've seen on screen today, then just let us know. We'll send them through to you and we can share the same page plan template so that you can implement it into your business. Or if you'd like a hand one-on-one to do this with your team, with your business partner, or with your significant other, if you're running your business as partnership, like many of our members do around the world, then subscribe to a free game plan. Like I said at the beginning, we'll cover 3 key things. It'll be one of the most helpful things that you can do when setting your vision and your values for your future growth in the company. Register below to reserve your spot of that free game plan. It's completely free, no obligation. Otherwise, here's to your success. Here's to building a great business that gives you both more time and more money. And here's to you going from busy builder, where you potentially have a job with overheads, to business owner, where you get more time and more money. Cheers.